This is the one major over the years that has remained unchanged.
There can be no doubt about it. He is the champ. Ken Climo, congratulations. Thanks, bud.
Ken and I went back and forth like a boxing match. It was tension-filled out there.
To say that I'm a 3-time U.S. champion, I feel like I'm the luckiest person in the entire world.
Sexton, Eugene, Oregon. I couldn't believe it. Hugs all around.
It's about the disc golf community. It's not about the colors that that you're wearing.
James Conrad. He's the champion. Better watch out.
2021 champion.
It's once in a generation.
Gannon, Buhr, United States champion, youngest ever to do it.
I've been too close too many times at this tournament to not have pulled that off.
Everybody dreams of having this exact camera angle with the reflection of the water in the back and you pumping your fist in the sky.
It's a different feel to it.
It preserves something special in disc golf. The fact that we're still here makes me happy.
Show up who can win at a very unique course on tour at USDGC.
Hello and welcome to Round 1 coverage from the 2025 United States Disc Golf Championship presented by Innova. We're here in Rock Hill, South Carolina at the Winthrop Arena course, and you're watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Got a windy first round. It's going to be tough out here. The course is significantly harder now than I think it's been in a long time. And this course is going to be challenging the players throughout the day. But I want to tell you guys something cool that's going on right now. Right now, you can subscribe to DGN Pro to watch Round 2 coverage right now. Or you can watch live for the rest of the tournament. Plus, you get 1 month of DGN Pro for $10 by using the code JomezFans at the link in the description.
I think that's a great little bargain there, Jerm.
I agree.
What about hole 3? 283, bargain or no? Or hole 1?
Let's start with hole 1 first, Paul.
Yeah, hole 1.
I'd be willing to make a bargain on hole 1.
2 or 3?
Let me get a 2.
Okay.
I'd like a 2 on this one.
That's a good start. It's a tough one to start off with, honestly. The mandatory makes you a bit nervous. They call your name, and it gets a bit tighter.
First on the box from Urbandale, Iowa, your defending champion, Gannon, Buhr.
You know, interesting stat that was brought to my attention the other day. Many players have won this tournament multiple times, but not since Ken Climo won in 99 and 2000 have we had a repeat champion, a back-to-back.
And that would be the first two.
The first two.
USDGCs.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you really want to glide it past that log right there. If it's a little low, you're feeling tentative, that log will get in your way on hole 3 here. That's 1. That's hole 1.
The log is like 60 short. It's enough that you're not likely to get away with it if you don't throw it high enough to clear.
I think this hole would play significantly more under par if this was like the 3rd or 4th hole. But being the first hole on a tight technical gap like this, especially when you have the strong right to left wind coming off the lake, very tricky technical hole to start the event on. And it's classic. I didn't like it when we moved away from this hole. I'm super happy that we're back to it, and I hope we never change again.
Wants it to hyzer.
Wow.
This can get very slippery past the bucket, and this one does. This is going to be outside the circle, I think.
That would have been the most Simon thing. And Jesse Longenecker, I think, is this a qualification because he won collegiate?
That's my understanding.
Okay. So they used to do a tradition that the amateur world champion would play with the prior year champion at high noon. And a lot of things have changed over the years. But Jesse, a great player that we got to watch at Idlewild a few months ago.
I was on the second group, and we had the amateur world champion with us.
Okay, yeah. Hayden Carroll.
So he still got his feature.
Yes.
Simon's comebacker. Oh, what? That was nearly perfect.
That is unfortunate. These are the brand new chain configuration as well.
I've been singing the praises. I like the idea of the last inner set of chains protecting the pole, because I think that was one of the disc catcher's major flaws, was finding yourself at an angle where you just couldn't get away from seeing the pole, and you'd sometimes hit it and come back at you, and now it's got a little bit of a buffer. But Simon, first putt of the tournament, spits right through. That's brutal. Have you guys, either one of you, ever had a starting ace to start a tournament or a round?
Yeah. Yes.
I've witnessed a couple, but I've starting a round or a tournament?
Both.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you start a tournament, then that's...
I just remembered it. It was a long, long time ago, playing doubles with my dad. And I remember acing and going, Dad, we're beating the pros.
Awesome. Paul Ulibarri leading the way after what? A tradition that just love seeing it come back week after week.
Let me get another shot at a hole breakdown, because I
Go for
completely...
it.
Yeah,
Come on,
Thank
yeah.
you, guys. Hole 2, par 3, 409 feet up the hill. Flex shot on the left side or hyzer flip up the right side. Gets real thin up here by the bucket. Out of bounds on the right side, out of bounds on the left side. A couple mandos you have to deal with. The hyzer does play, but it's more of a par play. Maybe get a lucky skip up there for a longer look. The flex shot is what you're looking for in order to get all the way to the bucket. Nailed it. Holy cow.
Gannon going outside, just catches a couple of leaves. Can he get past the big tree? Yes.
Needs to sit. It's heading left. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's that 40-footer.
It's a good drive.
Calvin showing us the other route.
It's just incredible nose angle. Just incredible nose angle. Just 130 feet of slide as it hits the first blade of grass.
And with no like hyzer finish intention. Just that the every type of angle, nose and wing. It's all
This is
all
gonna
ideal.
sit down. Yeah, there's no chance for that one. Out of bounds early for Simon.
Have you guys seen Jesse play?
Yes.
Just at Idlewild.
Okay.
And it was funny that the week before, Yuli had played with Jesse, and he said, this is a guy you need to watch out for. And the very next opportunity that we could see him play, he was on lead card.
Yuli's got that eye.
He does. He's a coach. And some say he even plays.
I have not seen much of him, so I'm looking forward to this.
For par, from about 50, that would have been vindication after the brutal spit out on hole 1.
Yeah, this is a scary one because the way he rimmed off and rolled, I mean, if it was a little bit more forward, I mean, you could roll out of bounds so easy here on the putt.
Gator makes that 45-footer look so easy. Maybe not 45, but 40. Yeah, this OB line off the fence is more in the fairway than it's ever been before.
Ooh, nice putt right there.
I would imagine it's no more than 3 or 4 feet to the right of bullseye at the closest point to the basket. Great start for Calvin. Getting ahead of the bogeys is so important here at Winthrop. You know that they're more than likely coming. OB tight everywhere on the course. Super windy day. A couple early birds. There's a nice buffer, and we've got 2 of them for Gannon and Calvin.
Hi, what's up guys? It's Paul. I'm here to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Vessi. Some of my favorite features that Vessi gives you is they are waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof. Big difference there, keep your foot completely dry. Of course, when you find a shoe, you want comfort. That's exactly what Vessi gives you. It's the most comfortable shoe that I've ever played in. When we're playing on the tour, we're playing a lot of rounds. We're covering a lot of ground. So you need to make sure that you have a comfortable shoe, and that's exactly what Vessi gives you. So you have comfort. They're also waterproof, but the most important part about having a great shoe on tour is the grip. These work well on concrete, turf, fairway, bad situations. Best grip that I've ever had as far as a shoe goes. I started wearing Vessi Stormburst this year. I absolutely fell in love with them. You can get them in the high top, the low top. Like I said already, that the grip is fantastic and they look pretty cool too. If you want to give Vessi a shot, you can get 15% off your first order. All you have to do is go to vessi.com/JomezPro. That's vessi.com/JomezPro for 15% off.
Hole 3, par 4, 834 feet. You've got these 3 out of bounds areas in the fairway. So you got to pick a landing zone and get after it. And then you've got 2 mandatories this year. We're going to have a pin on the left and a pin on the right. Today's first round pin is in this traditional right spot, tucked in the back. Very tough birdie to get right here.
We're going to check in here with Ricky Wysocki, a player who has surprisingly never won at the USDGC. One of the guys that we consider one of the best forehand and honestly backhand and putters of all time. This course has always suited his game. It's just surprising he's never quite taken one down.
Perfect drive, nice second.
You can't play it any better, really. I mean, it's such a difficult shot to reach into with the mandatory that this grass at the top of the hill doesn't really skip like it used to. I think getting to about circle's edge is about as good as you can really expect.
What do the statistics say?
0.39 over par. Only 8 birdies, and you just saw one of them with Ricky. Where Gannon is on that right side on this right pin position, he's just going to try to make it through the Mando and take the par.
I would say he's fortunate that it hit the trees as hard as it did because he crushed that. And if you found your way all the way into the woods, I mean, no, just catches the very end of that OB island.
These islands are sticky. You catch any part of them, they're probably not skipping out.
Jesse going a little flatter.
Looking to be decent. Might find OB, it does.
Brutal. That looked really good off the hand.
He put a good move on it. Jesse has that big distance. We saw that at Idlewild when he skipped out of the creek on his second shot on hole 16. Pretty unforgettable shot.
This is plenty far.
Yeah, that's ideal. Now, see, Simon is going to have a good angle for the forehand skip shot, but he's got a low ceiling and a mandatory to work with. As does Jesse, but a farther back lie.
Pretty zippy skip angle, but yeah.
Just can't wrap back fast enough.
I like that play.
Wow, that ended up great.
It really did. But staying in control, you sometimes see people get wild with rollers from over in that kind of location.
Yeah.
It's just more risk than it's worth.
So they're saying Calvin crossed there?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not what I saw, but...
Huh.
I mean, a pretty beneficial placement that they gave him because he would have been on the other side of the island making the angle for the approach way trickier. See if Simon is able to get some look at this.
Oh, very zippy.
Whoa.
Yeah, great shot.
He's challenging those the inside line of those trees, and very rarely do you get past them cleanly.
And he took it so close to the mandatory as well.
That's what you have to do, and that still wasn't far enough right to get all the way to the pin. But fantastic shot nonetheless.
Got to give this one a little bit at least. Probably a little Anheuser there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great effort.
Oh, no.
Don't do that, though.
First time
Wow.
at Winthrop, huh?
That's what USDGC does, man. Oh, what a save. And it, man.
Give him a good break. Look what happens.
Yeah, seriously, that's partly because the card gave him a very favorable spot.
Exactly.
And he took advantage of it with a great approach and huge putt. You're not seeing many par saves with OB drives on hole 3, that's for sure.
Nice. Not worried about that little roll away.
How close did Simon get?
Oh, very.
No.
Oof. That wasn't a Jomez.
No, that's just a straight up
Yeah, he
little,
missed that right.
little pulled.
That was nice of
Pull
Jomez
job.
to give him a little bit of credit there. That was just a miss. It's a Jomez in the sense of no, but not in any other way.
Nice little angle. We can see what Jesse had there.
For the way Simon has played so far, his 1 over is not reflecting the way he's throwing the disc. Pretty decent drive on 2 that went out of bounds. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit too much skip angle, but like gave the putt a good bid, spit out on 1. You're not going to see anyone ever closer to the pin on hole 3 than what you just saw there from Simon. So being 1 over, that's brutal. Can make up for it here with a nice straight drive or going to the back placement here, 299. There's a mandatory left side, and if you kick right, saving par is very tricky. This is really tough, and it looks like the wind is, well, it's still blowing.
Looks like he didn't miss the Mando there. Might have caught the Mando sign.
Yeah, I think he certainly got up there near it, hopefully past it. Then it shouldn't be too difficult of a par save. Calvin shouldn't have much trouble from there either.
The point of this was obviously to bring some technicality into the course and show a very fantastic challenge in the sport of disc golf, which is the dead straight shot, and also offer an opportunity for the spectators that you see on the left side of your screen to watch the whole thing play out. The tricky part is that when we play in the woods, as Jesse kicks left, that's going to miss the mandatory. The tricky part is that there's so much exposure to open air that it usually brings in a strong headwind, which isn't something that you're typically dealing with on a tight line like this in the woods.
Yeah,
and
super windy tunnel shot.
You can't do your hyzer flip, which is a play that a lot of players want to go with on a shot like this. It's a very challenging hole. Averages 0.23 over par for a hole that is less than 300 feet, dead straight.
What a shot there.
Not an easy shot from that drop zone.
Yeah, that's well done. Jesse's going to save the bogey, and it is a save for bogey, I would say, from that drop zone.
Gannon running into some tall guy problems. Got to go down to a knee, get under those branches. Nicely done.
Simon, nose up spin. Wow.
That looked pretty good. This is going to be tough with Calvin's style of putt. To get it all the way home is going to be yeah.
Just to illustrate how tough this one was playing, 107 of the best players in the world all had to qualify to get in here. Only 14 or 15 birdies for the day.
Wow.
Again, the basket's right there in front of you. You just have such little room to be able to manipulate the hyzer flip or to throw it dead straight flat is so tricky.
And that Mando is really intimidating. Like, it's going to scare you off of, like, going anywhere near it, which normally, if it was just a tree and you were going to hit it and have a chance to get up and down, I mean, you might play down that left side and turn something off with it, but nobody really has that luxury. It's too punishing.
And look at that. Through 4 holes, no one at 3 under. That is rare to see anywhere on tour. 2 under top in the charts right here, and 2 of those players are on this card.
Looking at the very famous hole 5, par 5, 1,025 feet. Everyone's going to go with 2 shots on the short side, big forehand or turnover off the tee. Then you kind of have whatever you like to do for your nice long straight shot. Then you're going to make the crossing shot to the green. Water level is as low as I've ever seen it.
That was the most beautiful flyover ever. The water just mirroring the fall backdrop here in Rock Hill. That was gorgeous.
P. McBee going with the second shot forehand.
This is about 380.
Just needs to get by those branches, and it does.
Could have been even closer to 400. That was pretty far back. Always a scary putt at edge of circle. OB within 15 feet of the basket.
Great putt right there. So there's a tighter OB line upright than usual. So I think players, even more than in years past, are pushing it down closer to the water. It kind of gives you a better angle anyway. So
Yeah.
it's always been a good idea, but you're seeing people a little bit more worried about that right side OB line. And the way that right side OB line really comes into play is when players want to go with the second shot high backhand hyzer. Wow, Kelvin got a hold of that.
And hyzer skip, too.
Could not get any help from the geese. This is maybe in some trouble. Anyway, if you want to go with that high backhand, if you hit a tree now on the way in, you're likely out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
You're going way back.
Mm-hmm.
So quite a sort of a subtle change, but I think a change that makes a pretty big difference.
Couple good shots find the fairway, though. Simon way back. This is going to be pretty challenging in order to get this in position so he can go over on his third shot. Good angle, but this looks like it's heading up towards that out-of-bounds line.
Think so? Oh, but it gets closer to the trees the farther up the fairway you go. Because that close to the trees on the initial drive is out of bounds by 10, 15 feet.
That's really tough. This is such a multi-shot hole. You're kind of like used to getting to your landing zones. I bet Simon's probably barely ever had a bad drive on this hole.
Right.
You're in such an odd position, being that short. Here is the high hyzer, so you just have to make sure you stay over everything. Gannon does that easily,
and
that's OB.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a right to left crosswind for these guys right now. It's super hard to go that high, wide hyzer and trust the width that you really need in order to stay in bounds. This is the way to play the hole if you've got it. Forehand away from the water, both on the tee shot and the second shot, and then that'll leave probably 380 into the pin for Jesse. This is a do or die moment.
Yeah, this is tucked, but I like it.
Wow. Yeah, great hyzer. Stands up, pushing maybe a little long. Wow, right in the circle. Beautiful
Incredible.
shot.
That's a lot of trust there for Simon. I believe that was his new time lapse. Trusting that with a little hyzer flip. It's tough to do over the water.
Big high forehand from Jesse. Fairly safe.
Calvin looks like he's going with the mid-range here to get over.
Hard to have the bite you need with the mid. If you're going to play it that wide, that is.
Yeah, kind of pushed a little bit deep. He's going to have a scary putt, but a favorable win for his style of putting. Left to right, breeze.
Not the putt you want for par, certainly. You want to be
That's the problem. I think he's going to have to go for it.
Exactly, yeah. Gannon also trying to save the par, and he will be doing that. Great approach. Great width. Nice soft landing. Good effort.
See if he can get this one high enough. off here.
Great effort, though.
Looked great, didn't it?
It did.
You don't want to miss it high. You hit the top of the basket here.
I was about to ask you guys, you think there's a basket on the planet that takes more cage hits in general, just like the percentage of putts? Because not only are you likely to be kind of far away on this one pretty often, if you're a little out of position, you have to play a bit safer. But I bet that cage is showing some has a few little marks of plastic on it by the end of the week.
I'm with you for sure. What a great birdie for Simon, the person the most out of position off the tee, except for Calvin, I guess, being out of bounds. But
incredible.
Yeah, that third shot was something special, and that's his first birdie of the round to get back to even.
Had to hit a nice putt there. It's good to see one go in.
Mm-hmm. Well, we get to the beach hole, 371 feet. The only thing that's really changed about this hole this year is the drop zone is a little bit closer. Any shot that goes out of bounds gets to go to a drop zone that's maybe 3 or 4 steps outside the circle. Still a scary putt. As you can see, the OB is pretty close to the basket, just outside bullseye range, but the play is a low, stable disc that skips in, finds that sand.
Ooh, does this have a chance of sitting down?
It is going straight-ish.
And that will be retrieved after he takes a putt from the drop zone.
I'm sure that it's expensive and takes a lot of work, but don't you guys think the sand is such a cool course design element?
It's
where
incredible.
It doesn't skip, right? You know, it's like you can have this, that's unlucky, to go just above it. But I think it's a cool thing I haven't really seen done other places, where you can make this precarious green, but if you actually stick it, you're going to stay.
I think a lot of things have come from the USDGC as far as inspiration for courses across the world. And that's one thing that I'd like to see other places that no one's really done. Like you said, it's kind of a unique thing here.
What a little tight flex line from Jesse, leaning back on that overstable disc.
And a good example of how had a little bit of speed going over that hill, and then once it gets to the sand, nestles in for the close birdie look.
Well, this didn't look like it had the right angle right away.
Well, it's a good thing that he threw it with such height.
Yeah.
He missed the line and the height.
This is definitely a hole where you kind of get it's so bad it's good effect. Where, you know, if you barely miss the shot, you're going to that drop spot, it can really balloon.
Yep.
If you throw a shank up high like that, you're likely to walk away with the easiest par of your life. What a putt from the drop zone for Simon.
Right in the middle. That one's not coming out.
That did not show any sort of nerves from the mishaps back on 1 and 3.
Pretty strong tailwind. And does a number on the putt of Gannon Buhr.
Well, I was about to say nice play, but it looks like he was completely surprised by the disc just falling out of the sky.
There's no way he's laying that up.
I know. That's what I was surprised about, but I also am not used to seeing him come up so short that the disc slides to the basket.
Maybe never seen it before.
So Gannon's first bogey is coming here on the island 6th, or the beach 6th. It's not really an island.
And I think most of those discs in a normal year, water level wise, not seeing them again.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to get in the water. You can use a retrieval device, but you can't actually get in the water here at Lake Winthrop. You will be escorted from the property. So it's a good thing that those are visible.
Only a couple people 4 through 6.
The GOAT is back on top. This guy is not just back, he's in charge. Amazing to see this guy come back after the injuries he dealt with in 23 and 24 and really put together an incredible season.
Your 2025 Discraft Green Mountain champion, Longenecker.
One you kind of got to get. This one you're circling on the scorecard as a birdie. You're hoping, but still got to get it through this nice little square. Triple mandatory, 284. little par 3. Elevated tee pad, too. Really cool for the spectators up there. If you're a VIP member, you can go back and get a nice close encounter with one of the touring pros.
Got the DJ in there, too, playing music. I don't know if we'll hear that right now, but it's a whole vibe here on Hole 7, that's for sure. They've done a great job turning this into a fantastic spectator area.
And the cool thing about it, too,
Look at that
is
play. Well done.
A lot of people do it behind the bucket. Here, it's behind the tee pad. It has a nice little party.
Yeah. It's kind of like how they do it at the Hive in Des Moines.
Yeah.
I like that, walking over to the tee and everyone's greeting you. That's a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, that's fun right there. So.
Great crowds on a Thursday.
Well, besides the wind, I mean, it's just absolutely perfect disc golf spectator weather. It's
Calvin needs us to hurry. No, not quite.
Was it like 72 degrees out there today? It was just gorgeous weather otherwise. I mean,
no.
Gannon could be in trouble. It does get to the fence in time.
That was so much hyzer. Interesting way to approach that shot.
Calvin doesn't need to watch it for too long.
Oh, no. This is tough. If he can't stretch out to get a good little look at it, no one's getting a good look at it.
Jesse for his third birdie of the round and get to under par. Yeah. And Simon will get under par. And we have got a whole bunch of 1-unders.
Not too bad today, going to be honest with you. If they can weather the storm on a couple of the hard ones, get a couple more birdies, 3-4 under, deal.
Yeah, I think today a competitive score is 2 to 4 under. I think to be in the mix, I think we were talking about this in our practice round. Around 8 under has been about the average. If you can shoot 7 to 8, then you're going to be in the mix to win. But I think that if you can shoot 3 or 4 under, you're still very much in the hunt at this tournament.
Totally agree. It's always been the number, 59 to 60. If you can shoot those all the way through, you're gonna have yourself a nice little tournament. Doesn't matter what iteration of this property they put at you. That's been the mark for a very, very long time.
Correct.
Well, this guy's already 5 under.
Yeah,
and
that's a good start.
We're checking in with him. So that sometimes gives me a feeling like he might be looking to improve on the number he's already at. Low forehand, needs the big skip to the right, doesn't get it.
No, he does not. There are a couple things up there that are pesky blockers of a really great shot, and Paul found one of them. But one thing that's not in his way is a tree on that putt.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I played with him during this round, and there was something special going on there early. He made like a 80-footer on 1, 40-footer on 2.
We already saw the big putt on 5.
Exactly. This big putt.
Well,
yeah, he was looking smooth.
8. Yeah, man, that is incredible. That's a nearly perfect forehand. I think the only way that could improve is if you want to go forehand in your next shot, going a little more to the right opens up the angle a bit. Do you agree with that, Nate?
Yeah, but I think angle opens up, but it makes the skip a little bit tougher to achieve. So I think either way you can kind of make it work. But yeah, I agree with you. The gap looks a little bigger from over on the right.
Calvin, got to pick a side.
Oh, no. So that's going to be just, he's going to have to decide where he really wants to land from there. It's kind of
like Simon back on hole 5.
Yes, but I don't think birdie's in play.
Right.
Simon did make the birdie since it was a par 5, but the problem with this one is like the area that Calvin would maybe want to access. The fairway starts to get kind of skinny there. I'm eager to see how far he tries to push this.
Yeah, there's no practicing from here during your practice rounds. This is all about just knowing the hole and trying to figure out how to get safe, and Calvin has not done that.
And that's that skinny area I was talking about.
I don't know what he was trying to do there.
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of maybe try to hit it into the fence way up there after the OB is gone.
All right, Gannon, does he get the big skip? Yes, he does.
How did
And
he
it
make
sets.
that to do that? That was cool.
It was tricky.
Probably backhand roller coming for Simon. That's the way to go on this hole.
Oh,
shoot.
Is that going to find a way around? I don't think it. Oh, gosh, it does. he's
Got
actually
through.
past maybe the last real
Yeah.
obstacle.
Yeah, probably looking at 50 feet. That's pretty fortunate.
All right. Jesse going flex forehand. And that
gonna
gets
work
past
out.
the obstacles. Yeah. Watch out for that back down.
Oh,
that's
come
That's
on.
not cool. Tough thing about getting a big skip onto a right to left slope. That will happen.
So Calvin needs this up and down just to get bogey.
Looks pretty hot, and that's not
Yee.
the spot you want to be if you have that nice little floaty putt like Calvin.
He's going to have to put some zip into it. That's for sure. Oh,
my.
What a putt.
That was beautiful.
Came out with a little zip, didn't it?
He is just the master of this nose angle from distances. Keep the putter on a line from forever.
Definitely makes putting look fun.
Mm-hmm.
That high spin rate.
Breezy.
Yeah. And it was swirling. I mean, really big gusts. Not only did he roll down the hill, he was behind one of the obstacles, too.
Wow, he got it.
That was
That's
sick.
impressive. That was as hard as he could putt from there, I think.
Gannon, just a... Yeah, just a tap in. His forehand is so good.
Yeah.
Bogey for Calvin brings him back to even. The birdie for Simon and Gannon bring them to 2 under. And we've got a brand new hole 9, a hole that has been changing since the beginning. This hole has rarely seen 3 or 4 years of the same iteration. We've got 2 placements. There's one off to the right that you can see, but today we are going to the A placement, which is on the left, 395 feet, and you can see how close that OB line is to the left side. Any OB now goes to a drop zone that's relatively short, probably 180 or so.
Such a tough basket location.
Simon, does he have the distance? No.
And it's really brutal in the way that the OB line is lined with rocks. And there's not, some of the OB lines that are lined with rocks have big gaps between the rocks. Not the line here on hole 9. If you come up short, more than likely you're finding yourself walking over to the drop zone because you're not going to be skipping through the high grass. And if you do, you're going to hit one of those rocks. You have to air it.
Wow.
And there's another victim.
I'm guessing this is playing as one of the harder holes.
It actually is, Paul. And I think it might be playing as the hardest.
Yeah.
Really?
I wouldn't doubt it.
That surprised me, actually.
Nice shots. It'd be a very difficult putt, but he's across.
I don't even know if you can go for it.
You really can't go that hard. It is a stroke and distance hole. So were you to miss the putt and go OB, you're just re-putting where you stand with penalty.
Brutal.
You might have to watch Jomez a long time before you see Simon and Gannon come up short. OB again.
No
That's
kidding.
not something we've seen too often.
Not the easiest of upshots.
It would be if it wasn't for this tree. Then I think it might be the easiest.
Yeah,
upshots.
right.
Yeah.
But the tree is enough of an annoyance. You can see the basket just tucked behind. You don't want to accidentally put yourself behind that. You don't want to accidentally run it a little long.
And you don't want to hit that tree either on the fly, because that could easily ramp you back OB, and you're going right back to the drop zone. So Jesse does give it a little bit of a run. That's a very courageous effort.
Yeah, I'm glad he caught the pole.
Where does this iteration of hole 9 land for you guys?
Oh, no.
That's going to be a reputt. But Calvin, yeah, I think he realizes what's happening.
What? Ouch.
Brutal.
I don't find it to stand out amongst the crowd of hole 9s that we've played over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of gone back to what it used to be. Remember when it was kind of on that little pyramid? Was it ever on a pyramid?
Yeah,
I think it was.
It was.
And you like played a little shot, and then it was a really scary shot over.
Yep.
Find it to be similar to that without the cool par 4 aspect. But
Yeah, it's definitely scary. And that low ceiling off the tee is an interesting aspect for like what is like kind of a big hyzer shot. You still have quite a bit of room, but it's enough to make you think, having to go under those branches.
Well, a rare bird double there for Calvin, going from 2 under par to 2 over incredibly quickly. But Paul Macbeth, man, 6 under through 9. He is off to the races here. And Ezra at 5 down, Evan Scott at 5 down. So there's some really great scores out there. It's been windy from the beginning of the day all the way through, so the conditions have remained consistent. You like to see that. It's been challenging for the whole field.
Absolutely. You can see Barry Schultz out there playing, Dave Felberg in the field.
Will Schustrick, who has taken many USDGCs off recently, he's out there in the field as well.
Yep. It's cool to see. Nice to be here at the last major of the season. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage. We're going to be right back with the back 9 from round 1.
Like and subscribe. Thank you to the Founders Club.
We're going for 1 million.